Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless collective love reading for my singles. This reading is for all signs and any sign that you may be thinking of. Today, we're going to see what Spirit has for you for loving messages, what may be coming your way, what's next in love. I do have some charms and initials, so we'll be using those as well. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here for the first time. Let's call in our spirit guides. It's a fully channeled message if you've never watched me before, so welcome. And let's see what our cards are saying. Let me see what I'm feeling and hearing from our guides. And 12:12 on the clock when I'm recording this today. So I will take that angel number as well. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what we have. Spirit, I call upon you with loving messages. What is it that you have for us? What is it that you want us to know and hear at this time? I am listening for you now. I have a ribbon, bonds, delicate connections, tied together, right? Tied, bonds tie us together. A soul bond ties us together. So we could start to feel that this is bigger than us, that no matter what, somehow we're always going to stay together, or that we'll always feel connected. So there are definitely bonds that feel that way. Ask a twin flame connection. You know, how do you feel? I have a path, choices, the road ahead. I love paths. Look at this. They're saying, are you ready to walk? Are you ready to walk this path? Are you truly ready to be on this path? You know, sometimes we think we are, and then we get there and we're like, oh boy, I don't know if I really want to do this. Or vice versa. You meet somebody and they say, yeah, I'm ready for a relationship. I'm looking for a relationship. And then a couple months later, they say, you know, this isn't really what I thought I wanted. I'm sorry. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen when we spent time together? So yeah, you both have to be on the same path. You both have to be able to walk on it. So I think that that's important always. I have a crown, honoring each other's worth and respect. Keep your head held high, wearing that invisible crown, knowing that you're amazing with or without this person or a person, that you have so much to offer. You have, you know, everything to offer. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you want me to know today? I have the sun. Beautiful. I have an Ace of Cups. I have the moon. And I have a Three of Pentacles. The moon and the path are kind of talking to me at the same time. It was my intuition is guiding me. My intuition is telling me that I'll know when the path is right. I'll know when it's the right person. And I think a lot of people live that way. I think a lot of people say, I'll know it when I see it, or when I meet this person, I just know that I'll feel it, or I'll feel something different. And I do believe that. So we can kind of knock out those feelings of what if, or when, or am I going to make a mistake with, if I'm trusting my intuition every step of the way on that path, I'm going to be okay. The Three of Pentacles, of course, is always a sense of admiration. They're saying, I admire you. So there's a feeling of adoration. I adore you with the Ace of Cups. And there's this feeling of I admire you. I adore you. I admire you is how I feel. So somebody who definitely respects you. Now this feels good. I have an ace and I have a sun. So this is a new beginning. And that ace comes in as a gift. 4 aces in the deck comes in as a gift. It's handed to you. It's filled with emotion. It is filled with love. It's overflowing with emotion. It's abundance of emotion. So that ace comes in as I feel lucky. I feel lucky that I'm feeling what I'm feeling. I feel lucky that I am feeling love. I don't remember the last time I felt my heart open this way to somebody. I almost feel like so soon. So there could be a sense of, I feel like I fall in love with you. And aces do have a tendency to do that. They come in and you have to take them when they come because they have a little bit of a time is of the essence connected to them. So I always feel like I got to get my arms around this when it's here. So right now I'm going to say a little bit, maybe the feelings come in very quickly, that maybe they surprise you, they catch you off guard, that I'm actually falling for somebody a lot sooner than I ever anticipated. I have a 10 of Wands. I have a 3 of Swords. I have a Death. And I have a World. It came into me as the road less traveled, that you have a choice, that you've already gone through something that you don't have to go through again. And it is a new phase of your life. And maybe it is a different path. Maybe it's a fork in the road that maybe you never thought you'd take. And maybe it's a different type of person, or you never saw yourself dating a certain personality type. But right now I felt like it's the road less taken, and I'm willing to take it because not everybody takes it. And I have nothing to fear at this stage of my life is how I feel. And if I don't do it now, I'll never know also. So there's a sense of go for it energy. I'm going to say it that way too. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you want me to know? I have stories. What do you believe? Okay, kiss and tell. I'm going to say that the stories are real. I'm going to say that this person is honest with you. Maybe they're pretty big stories. They could be. People have pretty high drama in their life sometimes, or at times. So maybe there's a big story behind your person, but I do believe that you'll believe everything they tell you. So, but it could be an unbelievable story to most people, but it's true. Something like that. I have speak your truth. I want to know. I like the pink lips. Speak your truth. Be honest. Be open. There was a sense of pure honesty. I know that's hard to believe, but it is a sense of, with the right person, I do feel like you can have that. I do feel like you can have a very loyal, honest, open relationship with somebody. Treating yourself today, being good to yourself, taking care of yourself, having a popsicle, a fudgicle. Remember the ice cream man? Speaking your truth, knowing yourself, going into a relationship knowing this person's honest, going with the flow, swimming, fighting fish. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. There's definitely a feeling of you're trying something different this time. So maybe you have a tendency to date the same kind of people, or you find yourself in a situation and you're like, how did I get here? So maybe you're doing something different this time, and you made a promise to yourself in some way. You know, I'm going to go down, I'm going to do the path I don't normally take. I'm going to see where that brings me. I'm going to try new things, try different types of people, date different types of people. and be more open to where that takes me, instead of trying to copycat what I've had in the past and just find something a little better. There's a sense of it's totally different than the last time. There's something about this connection that it just feels so, it feels so right. I will say that, but it also feels so different. Bold action is needed. I'm not giving up on this connection. I'm committing myself fully. Maybe that's something you've struggled with. Maybe you've been the one that has always held back. Maybe you've always been the one that hasn't. There's people who have wanted to be with you, wanted to commit to you, maybe even propose to you, but you never really accepted the proposal. You just couldn't go to that next level. So maybe this time you feel differently, that this is the person that you could commit to. There's something about it that you don't have any second guesses, or you're not questioning it. I have an apology. Never underestimate the power of a heartfelt apology. Bold action is needed. Can I be honest? Can I be apologetic when something goes wrong, when I hurt you in some way? Can we work things out? Abundance. Open your heart to receive the abundant love the universe has to offer. There's a part of me that feels like I've said no. I've either said I don't feel like I needed it in my life, I don't feel like I needed to settle down, or I was with the wrong people. Like, they were great people, but I would never have married them. Like, I never thought to marry them. I just knew that I shouldn't marry them. Maybe you were smart. Maybe you were preventing yourself from really being hurt. But I do feel like you're ready to receive the abundance that the universe has for you now, if that includes some kind of a commitment or a life partner or somebody I'm going to share a home with, but something deeper and different than what you've had before. I have an ex. I'm trying to heal from my heartache. It takes time. Be patient with me. This is coming into me now as I never really got an apology, and maybe you never got closure. And I feel like some people have a hard time with moving on to the next person because they didn't get closure, and they don't know like why that connection didn't work. They feel like they didn't learn the lesson maybe they needed to learn. They were kind of like left with it hanging. So that's hard. So sometimes you have to give yourself closure. Write yourself a letter, say goodbye, burn the letter, sometimes you just have to give yourself closure, forgive that person, even though they never apologized. Baggage, emotional baggage can weigh down a relationship. So I've had to work on it. I've had to take care of myself. I know I was holding on to something. I know that I had resentment. I know that I had anger. I know I had wounds. I know that I felt abandoned, whatever it was or is. Toxic relationship can drain your energy. It's almost a feeling of date the nice guy, that for whatever reason you're attracted to, I'm just saying guy in general, it can be girl. But date the nice person. Maybe you're attracted to the bad boy energy. Maybe you're attracted to, the kind of fun and wild and kind of sexy person who's very charismatic. And this person that comes along is probably a little bit extrovert or introverted, might be more intellectual, might be quieter, might be kinder, might be not the center of attention. And they're not your type. Usually you kind of like the wild one. But there's something about this person that one-on-one, you really enjoy their company, their time, their energy. And you know what? They're really good to you. They're really kind to you. They're really attentive to you. They are really into you. So it's a feeling of, bottom of the deck, I have true love and divine timing. And that's what it's all about. Trust in divine timing. A deep and enduring connection going beyond superficial attraction. A true love. I took the road less taken, right? I took the path less taken. Yeah, there's a part of me that says you're choosing differently this time. And maybe you do say to yourself, you know, just for once, date the nice guy. Just for once, date the person who's going to be good to you. The person who isn't a player, the person who isn't running around, the person who isn't have a big, huge ego, that it's really important that lots of people are attracted to them and that lots of people are always trying to be with them. So maybe it's I don't know, maybe you just change your attitude about who you want to put your energy into. Let's get some initials. Maybe we have somebody that we have in mind. Maybe we have a nice person now that's being really kind and good to us, and we want to know if it's going to continue. So date the nice person. Okay, let's get some initials. We have the letter A. I have another A. I have an I. P. R, another P, another R. I have an H, W, C. I have an F, N, V, a Q, D, K, U, H. I have a Z, O, S. Some of you might be able to spell your person's name or your name, X. Don't worry if you can't. B, another R. R is important for some reason. Popular letter. I have a Q. Where's my Q? Over here. I have another I. The letter T. I have an E. N, U, Z. Do I have an A yet? An A. I have another E. I have another I. I have another O. Another O. And I have another C. Okay, so those are all of our letters. Okay, so first initials, last initials. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what else they want you to know. Spirit, tell me more about this connection, a soul bond, pure honesty, true love, a deep love, right? Deep and enduring. And I don't know if it's an opposite of you as much as you're not normally my type, is how I feel, that this person surprises you, that maybe Spirit had something better in mind for you, or Spirit knows better what's going to work for you than you do. You know, you keep picking the wrong people. So maybe you put it into Spirit's hands and say, you know what, I'm going to let you pick the next one, you know, and see if it's something better. This is an artist. It's an extra card in this deck. I have creativity. I have an Emperor. I have a Ten of Pentacles. I have a Ten of Cups. So how do I walk away from a Ten of Pentacles and a Ten of Cups? How do I say no to an abundance of love, an abundance of comfort, lifestyle, money? The Emperor has the ability to create wealth. This person could be very established. This person could be doing really well for themselves. So they're not a playboy. They could be nerdy. They could be running a business. They started a business. They are smart. They are focused on building their empire. They have a sense of creativity to think outside of the box and do something that nobody else is doing. So this person could be somebody that has, has a whole package to offer. But sometimes we're so drawn to that first impression of what do they look like? And did they take my breath away? And did I have a, wow factor? Maybe the wow is in the whole package. Like, look at them collectively. They're good to you. They are kind. They're caring. They're a good listener. They'd probably be a great father. So there's this, or mother. I mean, it's just a feeling of well-roundedness, I guess, would be a good way for me to say it. I have a Moon in reverse. Okay, so maybe Spirit's helping you take away some fear. I have a King of Pentacles, High Priestess, and a Magician. I feel like out of nowhere, this person, there's people out there that your first impression of is, I hate to say boring, but boring, because they're not out to impress anybody. That's not their personality. But when you get to know them, you realize that there's all these kind of hidden qualities. They could have an amazing sense of humor, amazing intelligence. They could be super caring and kind to their family, your family. They just have these amazing qualities that you don't see in that first impression. So I feel like your intuition may tell you there's something about this person that I should give them a chance. I should give them more than that one first date. Because maybe the first date isn't wow, it's nice. They're a nice person. You had a good time. You had a nice conversation. But if your best friend asked you how'd it go, you'd be like, they're nice. They were okay. But this is the kind of person that I think grows on you. I think as you get to know them, you find qualities in them that are really attractive to you, that they have a really nice smile, they have beautiful eyes, they have, they're very affectionate in a very quiet way, so there could be things about them that you fall in love with that weren't right out of the gate either. And that's okay. That could be probably a more realistic love. The road less traveled. They're putting you on a different type of path for some reason. I have a Page of Cups. It's a new feelings. Two of Cups. Page of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of new energy. And I have a Six of Swords. So, moving away from something or someone and being willing to give somebody a chance, give me a chance. This is definitely, they're saying I see something in you that maybe other people don't see in that person. Some people you do really, really well with on one-on-ones. And when you're alone with them, they're a totally different person. and you guys really enjoy each other's time and company. And let's face it, that's what the majority of your time is going to be with somebody, is alone with them. So there could be something about, you know what, when I'm alone with this person, we talk all the time. We communicate about everything. We discuss everything. But maybe to family and friends, they're more introverted than somebody else that you dated in the past. But whoever you dated in the past didn't work out. So all that matters is how you guys communicate. So this is a feeling of it's off to a good start. I'm going to say it that way, that when we are alone together, we definitely have interest in each other. We definitely are feeling a connection. And we're getting to know each other. So it's more of a give this person a chance, give this time. So it's not going to happen on the first date. This is not love at first sight. This is somebody who I get to know, and I start to realize that I really like more and more about them as I go. So let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying. Let me see what I'm feeling for the charms today. Maybe we'll get some additional clues. So I have this big, beautiful bowl. Maybe we'll get some signs. I know there's some signs in here as well. Additional letters. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so I have a Scorpio. I have a Cancer. I have a Capricorn. I have a Pisces. Okay, so they're saying to me, I don't know where they're going with this. I found you on the road less traveled. And that says to me that you don't have to do what everybody else does. That you've already made up your mind that you do your own thing. You don't have to follow the herd, right? So you're going to find your person doing your own thing. You're going to follow the person. You're going to find your person doing something in your life that other people probably are not doing. And this person's going to be on that road. So I think that that's why they're trying to say that you're going to find this person not where you think that you're supposed to, maybe where other people find their people. I don't know. I have an X and the road less traveled. I have an F. Okay. I have a pink flamingo. Okay, Florida. All I can think of is pink flamingos on somebody's lawn being, like really hokey. And, but I'm going to say Florida, the Keys, Florida Keys. Maybe that's somewhere that we go or we want to travel to. Okay, I have a seashell. I have a couple seashells. So maybe that's our first trip. Maybe our first trip is somewhere warm, like Florida, something like that. Okay, I have these big lips. And I have this purple heart, and I love your lips. I love your lips. I love your lipstick. I want to kiss your lips. So I do feel like there's this kind of quiet affection. Like this is somebody who puts their hand on your arm. They put their hand on your leg when you're sitting as a couple. They may just hold your hand gently. They're not like all over you. They just kind of touch you gently just to let you know they're there, like a caring kind of affection. So I feel like it's a very gentle affection. That's nice. I have a dog. I have a little dog. Somebody has a little dog. I have, what is this? I have a teddy bear. This person's a teddy bear. This person's a hugger. Maybe this person loves to hug. Maybe this person gives you, you know, they give you a real hug. They don't give you one of those fake tap, tap, tap hugs. They actually hold you. So that feels nice. They could be a hugger. I have Irish, a little bit of an Irish in them. Maybe they have a little bit of Irish in them. Irish heritage. I have a butterfly, transformation. I have a leaf, turning over a new leaf, even fall energy. I'm going to put the school bus with the fall energy also, because it feels like kids are going back to school. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have kids, but it could be when we're meeting this person. So beginning of September, end of August, depending on, you know, where you live, something like that. Okay. I have bunnies and butterflies. So there's a little bit of my energy going towards kind of that childhood, falling in love, giddy. I feel like a kid again, energy, you know, like I'm seeing bunnies and butterflies, you know, everywhere I go. I'm just kind of falling for you. I do have a cat. So maybe we have a cat, a dog between us. Okay. I have a glass of wine. Let's go for a drink. That could be our first date, something like that. I have a Christmas ornament. So celebrating Christmas, and even a feeling of celebrating Christmas, but we'll be together for Christmas. We'll be together for the holidays. And then I have this kind of ear headset. They're saying work at home. Okay, so they could listen to music while they work at home. They could always have a headset on just because they're typing or they're just working. That's how they work the best. They could wear that headset because it's part of how they talk to people. Maybe they're talking on Zoom or something all day long. But it felt like it was connected to how they work, whether they're using it as a entertainment behind the scenes so the rest of the house isn't loud. But a lot of people do that. They listen to music while they're working. I could never do that. I have to have like 100% quiet. I can't have any sound in the house. I can't have anything interrupt me when I'm doing my readings. So there is my charms. So the charms are really nice. So the fall, the school bus, that feels like it's just around the corner. That felt encouraging. Let's see what else they have for us. A couple more messages. Please, Spirit, tell me anything else about this connection. Yeah, they're saying I feel alive again. So this could really be opening up your heart. It could be really, it's not what you expect. That's the bottom line. It's a person that if you were to say, this is the person I'm going to fall in love with, you would say, no, I'm not. And then that's the best person on the face of the earth for you. That's how I feel. Like I never in a million years thought I'd fall in love with somebody like this. But they're the best thing that ever happened to me. So I guess we want to be really, really open to something different. I have a Queen of Swords. This is an extra card in this deck. It's called the Romantic. Nice. Hopeless Romantic. I have Strength, Patience, Power. I have a High Priestess. I'm trusting my intuition. I'm going to listen to my intuition this time. I have a Magician. Here's my Queen and my Magician working together with this feeling of I'm starting to see clearly what this person has to offer. I'm starting to see all these qualities that this person has. And Never in a million years did I expect this, but it's great. It's great. It's exciting. And part of me feels like you almost push this person away. And you are saying to yourself, oh my God, I almost said no to this person, you know, but something inside of me said, no, give them a chance, keep going, keep spending time with them. And, but you almost push them away is how I feel. Yeah. 3 of Swords. Yeah. You almost said, I'm either not interested, or something inside of you, the Hierophant, said, this could be the person. I love that energy. Like, how come I didn't push them away? You know, or why did I think I should push them away? And then something stopped me. Something told me, no, keep going. And then I realized, like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me, or I've never felt this way before. Let's get some loving messages. Let's see what they want you to know about this connection. It feels great. It's a little bit of spirit has a surprise for you. You know, that's really what I'm feeling. I'm going to stop fighting these feelings. I'm going to stop pushing somebody away that maybe is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Maybe spirit knows better than I do this time. I love your smile. I love making you laugh. Does this person make you feel good about yourself? They make you feel special. I'm obsessed with you. I think they're going to be totally into you. I think that you're going to be the best thing that's ever happened to them. And they're just praying that you catch up with them. They're probably going to be just like holding their breath. Like, I hope you fall in love with me. Because I think that they're going to think you're great. I'm loyal to you and only you, 100%. I'm absolutely in agreement with that. You make me so happy. I think both. I think you're going to make them happy, and you know, they'll make you happy. I can't stop thinking about you. There's this beautiful quietness about this connection. There's a sense of kind words, subtle compliments, little notes, whether they're text messages or little voicemail messages. It's not going to be like a big, huge voicemail. It will be, hey, I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you. You know, there's a sense of kind of subtlety that's very genuine in this connection. And I feel like it's just so real. It feels so real and so normal. I've never felt this way before. Am I finding the real deal? I'm at home when I'm with you. When it's just the two of us, we are amazing. We're in our own little world. I could see being with this person. I'm at home when I'm with you. That's a big one. I feel comfortable with you. I feel safe, protected with you. I can do and say whatever I want. I can just be. So we're going to put this out into the universe. It's really a beautiful reading. Sometimes spirit knows better than we do, is the message. I want to thank spirit for these messages today. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Thank you for your kind words and your comments. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, check out my website at KathyMamelinPsychicMedium.com. Also, check out my other 2 YouTube channels, my Pick a Card channel and my Twin Flame Soulmate channel for some additional readings. And I hope you enjoyed your reading today. I did, and it kind of reminds us all that we are not in control and that sometimes spirit knows better than we do. We'll see you all again real soon.